Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing another tier list for Marvel Rivals Ultimate Voice Lines. But today we're going to actually be doing the ally versions of the voice lines. So before we did just the versions of the voice lines that would be heard if you were on the opposing side, so now we're going to be doing the version on if one of your teammates uses the ultimate. I wasn't sure how to record for ally voice lines and I just could not figure it out. Essentially what I was going to have to do is have a friend come into the practice range with me, and I didn't want to go through the effort. So a huge shout out to Bob Green on YouTube. I'll put a link to this in the description. They did a video where he uploaded all of the voice lines, so we'll be utilizing that to react to these voice lines. So we're going to be ranking them again on the tier list, but this time we're just going to be doing the ally versions of the voice lines, and I do believe he did it in the same order that we did it with the other video, where it just goes tank or Vanguard, Duelist, and then Strategist. So let's get started with Captain America's ally voice line.
Together to victory!
Okay, so, and this is going to be a problem that's ever present with a lot of the voice lines, at least on the ally side of it. And we might want to listen to it again, but it's just, when it's your ally doing it, there are very few good ones. And this one was exceptionally weak. Let's hear it again.
Together to victory!
It has no punch at all. It doesn't have an echo. It's so fucking boring. I'm going to have to honestly, jeez, it's horrible. It's really, really bad. I think I'm just going to automatically put it in D tier. It hurts me to say, but it's going in D tier.
I unleash the Vishanti's power!
So Doctor Strange is up next, and with Doctor Strange, I don't mind it. I think it's pretty good. I think it still leans into what the character is doing. I think it has a cool reference to the Vishanti. I don't hate it. It's not spectacular, but it's not like spectacularly horrible as well. So I'd say it's a strong B tier. You know, it's not the best in the world, but it's definitely not the worst either.
My turn now!
Okay, so Hulk is another very weak one. I don't even know what to say about it. I mean, just my turn now. I mean, I guess it's supposed to be emblematic of the Hulk personality taking over, and he's saying my turn now as he comes out, but it's another bad one. It's going right next to Cap, D tier.
Hulk smash! Now Hulk mad!
And you know what? I completely forgot that there's another one for the second ultimate, like when he's already in the Hulk form. Now, that is actually really good. I think that one's actually decent. So the Now Hulk Mad is not bad. Okay, I think that pushes it to C tier because it's not bad.
I am Groot! We are Groot!
Okay, so Groot is kind of hard to mess up, and they have achieved it somehow. It wasn't easy to fuck it up, but they put in that extra effort to fuck it up. He has no punch, no pizzazz, so weak. It sounds like a regular dude saying it too. It doesn't sound like it's actually Groot. He goes, "I am Groot" the first time, and then the second time it's just, "Hey, we are Groot," like fucking corporate ass Groot. Yeah, that shit was ass. That's going in D tier.
We are Venom! We hunger!
Okay, so Venoms I don't hate. I think the Wee Hunger is pretty good. It doesn't have, that pizzazz that all the other ones do. It doesn't have that nice echo, that reverb that I like to hear. But I think it's decent, so I think I'll put it in C tier. I'm not mad at it. We got Magneto up next, who was a strong S tier, and I think he might be one of our highest again. But let's see.
Fear Magneto!
For mutant kind!
Yeah, he's just so good. It's just so good. Both of his are actually really, really nice. Now, it isn't an immediate S tier, and I think that's just a problem that's emblematic of the ally versions of a lot of these voice lines. But I'm confident in putting in A tier. That was really, really good. All right, we got The Thing.
It's clobbering time! My favorite time!
See, so The Thing doesn't have the reverb, but I think it's really good, and I think it's another A tier. I think it still has that strength and that oomph behind it, and it also is kind of a funny reference because, the enemy one is the standard, what you expect voice line of catchphrase, I should say, of It's Clobbering Time. But with the ally one, it's kind of like, what time it is. Like, it's kind of like, pokes fun at it. So I really do like that. I think I'm going to give that an A tier.
It's Spider Time! Spider Mode!
Okay, so I don't remember what I gave Penny in the enemy version of this, and I want to say it was like an A tier, but cool, blimey, is it bad? It's so bad. Just the difference between the two, just the huge leap from It's Spider Time with the nice charge up and that reverb to just straight Spider Mode. Like, fuck. She doesn't give a shit. Yeah. But it's not as bad as Captain America's, I want to say. You know what? We'll just throw it in C tier and call it that. Okay, Thor was definitely a weak one already, so we'll see if he got any improvement. I don't think he has.
Behold the god of thunder! I am Asgard's might!
Yeah, that was very shitty. It didn't seem like he cared, and why would I care if you don't care? You know what I mean? Why should I care more than you, Thor? But he wasn't as bad as Cap. Cap is my baseline for garbage, and it's funny because he's not F tier, but he's still my baseline for garbage. So he'll get a C tier for that trash. All right, Frank Castle, Punisher.
Judge, jury, executioner! I'm doing this my way.
Okay, so with Frank Castle, it's kind of hard to judge, no pun intended, because the first one's really good, Judge, Jury, Executioner, and the second one, he's sort of saying the same thing, but just in a different way, because they're kind of synonymous. He's saying in the first one, look, I'm Judge, Jury, and Executioner, because he kills people, and he's like, look, I'll take out all the bad guys I want. And then the second thing is like, I'm doing this my way, because most heroes don't do it that way. But it doesn't hit the same, and that's the unfortunate part. But I don't dislike it as much as some of the others, so I think B tier is fair. Alright, the goddess Storm.
Feel the wrath of the goddess! Hurricane incoming!
Okay, with that one, I feel like I say okay a lot. Like as soon as it ends, it's like okay. With that one, it's hard. My snap judgment is C tier, but it's not great. It really isn't. Hurricane incoming, and you know, I don't want to feel like I'm going back on what I said in terms of I don't like voice lines that kind of just say the thing that's happening, because I feel like that's very lazy, and I think that this is kind of on the line with that one. Because, I mean, it's not even a fucking hurricane that happens, first of all. So she just lied. You know what? Because of that, she's going in D tier. We talked ourselves into it. You know what? I can't in good conscience put her next to Cap. Cap is so butt cheeks. She's gonna have to go into C tier. Cap is so fucking bad. Hawkeye up next.
Woo! I never miss! Here's how you shoot!
Okay, surprisingly, Hawkeye's ally one is better than his enemy one. His enemy one is shit from a butt. You know what I mean? Just woo! I never miss. Shit from an anus. But here's how you shoot. You know, it got a little bit of sauce to it. C tier. C tier. I like it. All right, Magic. Magic, I think, should be pretty good.
Behold, Dark Child! Limbo stands with you!
Tremble!
Okay, so, oof, that's hard. That's hard. So, Snap Judgment C tier, right? Because I feel like it doesn't invoke as much what's happening. And I know that it sounds like, oh, didn't he just say he hates what it just says exactly what's happening? I do, but I also feel like I should know what's going on. And Limbo stands with you feels like she's telling me she's opening a portal directly into Limbo and like dragging everyone into Limbo, which isn't what's happening. Whereas Behold Darkchild, the enemy version, is like, okay, I'm turning into Darkchild. Whereas Limbo stands with you, like, okay, yeah, I get that the power comes from Limbo, but that doesn't seem like what you're saying. And I'm trying to give you an analogy on how that would, who else would give you something similar? Like, what if, okay, imagine this. If Thor's ultimate was him beating you with a hammer, like a combo rush with the hammer, but his voice line was, I unleash the power of the storms, and he just punches the shit out of you with the hammer. You're gonna be like, oh, well, that wasn't storms, that was you punching me in the face. So that's kind of how I feel with that, but I'm gonna go with my snap judgment and say C tier on that one. Right, the ultimate dive character, Black Panther.
Tremble before Bast! Bast, grace us with victory!
Not bad, not bad. You know, Bast graces with victory. He uses the power of Bast. I think it helps that he says more. Does he say more words? I'm counting on my fingers because this is no camera, so I want you to know how pathetic it is. Tremble before Bast, 3 words. Bast, grace us with victory. That should be easy for some. Yeah, that's more words, but you know. So I feel like the added words actually helps in this light, and I'm gonna give it a B tier. Hela, okay. I don't think Hela can do any wrong, and this is why I wish I was better with Hela, because I would love to main her. Damn near everything she says in this game is fantastic. That's gonna be our first S tier. That's so good. That's so fucking good. The goddess of death who immediately invokes animals who are emblematic of death, feasting on the corpses that she's about to create. That's so fucking good. I can't. There's so much sauce. There's so much sauce. Oh man, that's beyond good. Easy S tier.
The moon haunts you. Leave them to Khonshu.
So the schizophrenic is not bad. I think that it works, and he doesn't just say what's about to happen. I think it's more. I think it's actually better thematically than his enemy version, because he's invoking the power that he's utilizing, the power of Khonshu, his god, and he's like, "Hey, look, leave them to Khonshu. Let my god handle it. Look at the power he wields," which is really, really cool. I don't think it's as good as Hela's, but it's damn close. So it's gonna be a strong A tier, just knocking at the door of S tier. So Squirrel Girl, I know I mentioned it before, absolutely, in the enemy voice line video. I like her ally one better. I think the reverb and the kind of dragging out enunciation of the first one and the enemy one is really good, but I like the My Friends Are Here better. I think it's good. I think it's really, really good. And I want to say A tier. It feels like I'm kind of over. And if you don't agree, I don't blame you for being mad at me. If you think it's closer to B tier, I can argue that as well. Definitely not anywhere below B, but I want to say lower A tier for sure. Right, Black Widow. I think she was our only F tier last time. Let's see if she manages to actually give a shit this time.
Plasma, burst! Mind the exploding plasma.
Okay, so clearly Black Widow doesn't give a fuck, because all she did was give us a fucking public service announcement. What the fuck was that about? I'm not even gonna dignify her with a fucking response. Alright, Scarlet Witch. You love to see her.
Chaos! The perfect hex! Ah!
Okay, so that one's hard because it's not great. It really isn't. And also, if you listen to the first part of it, the part where she screams out, like as she's releasing energy, is not timed correctly to happen when the energy is released, but when the energy is still being charged up, which also sucks. So, low C tier.
Don't mess with the Amazing Spider-Man! You get a web, and you get a web, and you get a web!
So the Ultimate Spider-Man has a great one. I think it's perfect for his personality. It's kind of a pop culture reference for like the Oprah, you get a car and you get a car and you get a car. I think that's so great. I think that really, really works. I actually really, really do enjoy it. So I think it's gonna be an easy A tier for me. It's not as great as the others, but it's really, really strong.
Maximum pulse. And pulse charge, fire.
See, and this is the problem with Iron Man, and this is the umbrage I took with him last time for the other list. I don't like the fact that this guy just fucking says what's happening. Like, what's the difference between maximum pulse and pulse charge fire? Like, really, what's the difference? I might even dock points for laziness. That's how much this shit is aggravating me, making my neck itch. Pulse charge fire. That's almost as bad. Yeah, God. For laziness, it's going in D tier. It would have been like C, but laziness is really taking the piss.
Armed and dangerous! Again! Stand down!
One down.
Again!
Never stood a chance.
So with Winter Soldier, what's really neat is he maintains that again, repeated beatdown thing, even with the ally voice line, which is really, really cool. And the stand down is still great. It's still fantastic, and it lends itself well to that kind of human weapon element of the Winter Soldier. So I love it. Ah, man. I'm so close to putting it in S tier. I want to say strong A, though. I don't think it has that little oomph to push it past. All right, Star-Lord.
Legendary! All right.
So unfortunately with Star-Lord, because he had an easy S tier with the enemy version, but with the ally version, it's kind of dull. I think it's still fun. I mean, all he really says is all right. Man, it's unfortunate that it's not as strong, but I'll give it a B tier. All right, Namor didn't change. Honestly, it's kind of sad that it's the exact same fucking horn sound too. Like they didn't even give it a different horn sound. I don't think. So I don't remember what I gave him last time, but C tier it is.
The dragon unleashed!
Okay, Iron Fist is not bad. I think that he's saying kind of what's happening, but it's not so obvious that it gets docked for that. Because it's not like he's saying, I'm gonna punch you now, or, you know, something that base and asinine. B is what I feel in my heart. I wouldn't be mad at someone saying C, but B is what I feel in my heart.
Berserker Rage!
So Steve Blum does an excellent job with Wolverine, as he typically does. So it actually gets better with the ally version of the voice line. and I'm gonna give it a little bit of a boost. I was gonna put it in A tier, but I'm giving it an S tier solely because Steve Blum has been a fantastic Wolverine voice actor for ages. So it gets a Steve Blum bonus. We'll call it the Blum bonus. All right, Psylocke is up next.
Watch me soar!
So with Psylocke, that was pretty shit from her butt. The enemy one was way better. Not even close. Gave me a cavity just listening to it. It really doesn't make much sense to me because she's not flying. I guess the dashing around with her sword is her soaring. Get the fuck out of here with that. C tier.
Supernova! I'm bright like a star.
Okay, no one play. I don't even want to justify it. That shit is D. That shit is so fucking garbage. Oh my god. You know, perhaps I'm being too harsh. Oh man. That was bad. I mean, does it fit his personality enough? It does. To push it into C tier. Cool. I'll give it a C tier.
Fantastic! Ha-ha! Whoa! Ha-ha! Problem solved! Ha-ha!
Okay, so I like Mr. Fantastics. I think his is pretty good. I think it fits his personality. I think it works well for him. So I'm gonna give it a B tier. Rocket Raccoon up next.
This is real firepower! Hey team, enjoy the amplifier!
I think that's still really good. I think that's still really good. I think it fits his personality very well. It's so well voice acted too. And I think it has a little bit of that reverb in it. Man, it kind of goes against all I stand for in terms of quality. But it's an A. It's an A. It's so good.
We are undefeatable! Friends, gather around!
Alright, for Mantis, it fits her personality, but is it actually good? It's pretty weak. It's not very strong. Doesn't really invoke like powerful feelings in me. I'm going to. I think I'm gonna give it a C tier, unfortunately. All right, Loki.
Your powers are mine! Bring on the chaos.
So while Loki does not do what I typically like to see, I think it's still good because it fits his personality so well. For being the god of mischief, of course, like he's gonna talk about chaos. So I'm actually gonna say B tier, surprisingly.
Born again! Rise, my friends!
Okay, I do like that. I think that's really, really nice. I think I'm gonna give that an A tier. I think it's actually, oof, it's kind of hard to put into words why it's so good, but if you know, you know, right? If you, it kind of just gives you that kind of, it's hard to vocalize. A tier. Luna Snow, who has consistently earned my ire.
I am ready to put on a show. It's the grand finale.
Okay, so I do think the voice line. I do think the voice line for Luna Snow is good. On the ally one, so I'm gonna give it a B tier. I think it's actually far better than the enemy one. And like to say it's like the grand finale, like I'm putting on the kind of like closing, which is going to be the best part of the, you know, of the concert, because it's like this will be my, you know, big send off. I think it also works well for the character. Cloak and Dagger.
Us against the world. Co-op time.
So I think the actual language used is worse than the enemy version, but I think it has about the same punch. So B tier. If I gave the other one A tier, then I guess this is B tier. I'm not remembering, but I think that's what I gave it. So B tier.
Disappear! Shields up!
So Invisible Woman is hard because Shields Up is not great. Disappear is far better, and yeah, it just jumps out at me as a C tier. It's very weak. All right, finally, Jeff the Land Shark. Okay, I really do like the yummy yummy on the allied version. I think that's really nice. So either B or A. I'll say B because it's not super great, but it's not bad at all. I really do like that. And here is where our final tier list sits. So it's clear that fucking Black Widow, it's just impossible for her to get out of F tier because she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. But we got Hela and Wolverine in S tier, and I don't know if they were. I think Hela might have had S tier last time. I don't know if Wolverine did, but you can see how the lion's share of the spread for this is C tier as opposed to last time where it was A tier. But that is my list. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. Behave yourself.